This is, yes.
My logo
I
shows.
did it.
It's the Neighborhood Insights Pro.
Wow.
All right, this one's also really, really, really cool. It's exactly what Susan said. We need to become hyper-local experts, okay? It's been really interesting to see, our team has a really close relationship with Edge Homes. Edge Homes is the largest builder in the state. It's wild to see the amount of production those kids are doing. You look at like a Danny Garcia, he did 82 deals in his first year. You look at a Travis Maddox, 60. You look at Alec, 55. Why is it? So we've had conversations like, why? Why is it that these kids, they're all kids,
And the kids.
are generating so much business? And the answer is they are forced, because of the way the Edge is set up, because of the way the new construction is set up, they are forced to become experts at one area, one community, one product. And they do not deviate from that. They have their 3 or 4 communities, and that's it. They're not allowed to list homes. They're not allowed to represent buyers that buy anything outside of Edge Homes. So you would see that as a massive disadvantage. At least I used to. I would say, I don't want to be new construction. Like, all I can do is sell their stuff. And then what if somebody wants to list their home? I have to say no. They have to say no. But they're selling way more than the average agent. 10x, 20x what the average agent sells. Why? Because they're hyper local, hyper focused. They have mastered. They know every detail, the square footage, the specs. They know everything about these homes. And they're only allowed to sell that. So in the same way, we don't have that limit in terms of inventory, but I think to some degree we should have a limit based on area, based on our neighborhoods. This business has always been a hyper-local business, but I think more so it's going to be now. This tool can help give you the information you need to start the process of becoming exactly that. So it's going to have the same 4 boxes. Okay, give me a neighborhood description for, so you'll click it. You can either put a property address or you can put a city. So if you say, give me a neighborhood description for Vineyard, it's going to spit it all out for you. So you read this and it's going to give you some ideas. Okay, maybe what are some things that I can talk about? It's going to break down all real estate growth, communities, schools, you name it, for any community, any city on planet Earth.
And then when you give the address, it can give you information about when someone asks you, like, okay, how far is in your school or whatever.
So that's what Michael was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we give it an address, it'll do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It'll spit it out. So this is one of the applications of this. It talks about commute, schools, school districts, like all of it is right there. And it just continues to go. Pros and cons of living in Vineyard.
Get it to read to us.
Yeah.
As we're driving.
Is Vineyard right for you?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so here is if you want a neighborhood description for a certain town, city, neighborhood. The next one.
Can we get the QR code?
Yes.
There's so much value in this.
Right?
I don't think you could monetize. I mean, you could monetize it. How, like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
When
This is
used,
crazy.
it's incredibly powerful.
Yes.
It just needs to be used. It needs to be used.
No.
Wow.
I got a picture of them though. The one I didn't get though was the very first one.
We'll go back to it for sure. So here we go. So that is number 1. Pros and cons of living in a certain neighborhood. Here's one that I like. Compare neighborhood A versus neighborhood B for a certain client profile. So compare Lehigh to Spanish Fork for a first time buyer. Or compare Draper to Provo for a investor. Compare this to this for someone that wants to flip homes. Compare this to this for someone that wants to downsize. Compare, and it'll give you all of it. Pros and cons. Lehigh versus Spanish Fork for first-time home buyers. Affordability. Spanish Fork generally more affordable. Home prices are higher. It's newer. Spanish Fork for affordability. Lehigh for long-term investment potential. So when you're sitting with clients And they're like, well, I mean, I can go anywhere between Spanish Fork and Lehigh. Okay, let's talk about some of the pros and cons. This gives it to you.
I've got that right now.
It gives it to you.
Everything.
Commute, transportation, shopping, dining, entertainment, pros and cons. Lehigh for convenience, Spanish Fork for quieter local vibe. Schools, family friendliness. Both are great for families, but Lehigh offers more school choices. Spanish Fork has a quieter small town atmosphere. Outdoor and recreation, parks, Spanish Fork for nature lovers, Lehigh for suburban recreation. Choose Lehigh if you want to be close to jobs, shopping, and entertainment. Faster paced suburban lifestyle. You're okay with higher home prices for long-term investment. Choose Spanish Fork if you're looking for affordable, quiet, family-friendly communities. And so on and so forth forever. Compare whatever you want to compare to whatever you want to compare. For sellers, for investors, for Latinos, it doesn't matter. Just plug it in and it will tell you exactly what you should then convey to other people. And the last one is this one.